If you had told me 30 years ago that I'd be sitting here today, reflecting on the life lessons I've learned, I might have laughed it off. Back then, I was all about living in the moment, making decisions on the fly, and figuring things out as I went along. But life has a funny way of teaching you, often the hard way, what truly matters. The journey has been long, filled with highs and lows, triumphs and mistakes, but it's shaped me into who I am today. And now, looking back, there are certain truths, life laws, if you will, that I wish I'd known sooner. 1. The people worth suffering for. One of the most significant lessons I've learned is that everyone in your life is going to hurt you at some point. It's inevitable. But the key is finding the people who are worth that pain. When I was younger, I thought friendship and love were about always being happy and never having conflict. But as time went on, I realized that true connections are deeper than that. The people who really matter are those who stand by you, even when things get tough. They're the ones who might hurt you, but they also help you heal. They challenge you, push you to grow, and sometimes, that growth is uncomfortable. But they're worth it because they bring so much more light into your life than darkness. I've learned that it's okay to be vulnerable with these people because they are the ones who help you become the best version of yourself. 2. Self-reliance is your superpower. In my early years, I often relied on others for my happiness. Whether it was approval from friends, love from a partner, or validation from society, I sought it all outside of myself. But as the years passed, I realized that this was a shaky foundation. People come and go, circumstances change, and if your sense of self-worth is tied to external factors, it's bound to crumble. I learned the hard way that true happiness and strength come from within. Self-reliance became my superpower. I stopped depending on others to make me feel whole and started cultivating a deep relationship with myself. This doesn't mean I shut people out, but I stopped expecting them to fill my emotional gaps. I learned to trust myself, to make decisions based on what felt right for me, and to stand tall even when I was standing alone. It's a lesson that has saved me from a lot of heartache and has given me a sense of peace that I wouldn't trade for anything. 3. Growth happens in the darkest moments. Looking back, some of the most pivotal moments in my life were also the most painful. At the time, I couldn't understand why I was going through such hardship. It felt like life was punishing me, and I often wondered what I had done to deserve it. But now I see that those dark moments were where the real growth happened. When everything was stripped away, and I was left with nothing but myself, I had no choice but to face my fears, my insecurities, and my deepest desires. It was in these moments that I discovered my resilience, my ability to adapt, and my strength. These were the times that taught me what I'm truly capable of. I learned to trust the process, to understand that sometimes things have to fall apart for better things to come together. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary, and I'm grateful for every challenge because it led me to where I am today. 4. The power of privacy. In today's world, where oversharing is the norm, I've come to appreciate the power of privacy. There was a time when I felt the need to share every detail of my life with others, seeking their opinions, validation, or simply wanting to be heard. But over time, I realized that not everything needs to be shared. Some things are better kept close to the heart, where they can be nurtured and protected. Privacy has become a form of self-care for me. It allows me to process my thoughts and feelings without the noise of outside opinions. It gives me space to reflect and to grow on my terms. I've learned that not everyone needs to know my struggles, my triumphs, or my plans. By keeping certain aspects of my life private, I've found a sense of peace and clarity that has made my journey all the more fulfilling. 5. Letting go to move forward. One of the hardest lessons I've had to learn is that sometimes, you have to let go of the people and things that no longer serve you. This can be incredibly painful, especially when it comes to relationships that you've invested so much time and energy into. But I've come to understand that holding onto the past only keeps you from moving forward. Letting go is not about giving up, it's about making room for something new. It's about understanding that some people and experiences are meant to be in your life for a season, not a lifetime. And that's okay. By releasing what no longer serves me, I've made space for new opportunities, new connections, and new growth. It's a lesson I wish I had embraced sooner, but I'm grateful to have learned it nonetheless. 6. Trust the timing of your life. If there's one thing I've learned over the years, it's that life has its own timing. There have been so many moments where I felt frustrated because things weren't happening as quickly as I wanted them to. But looking back, I see that everything happened exactly when it was supposed to. The setbacks, the delays, the unexpected turns, they were all part of the journey, leading me to where I needed to be. Trusting the timing of your life is about having faith that things will unfold as they should, even if it doesn't always make sense in the moment. It's about understanding that the universe has a plan for you, and that sometimes, what seems like a setback is actually setting you up for something greater. I've learned to be patient, to let go of control, and to trust that everything happens for a reason. It's a lesson that has brought me a deep sense of peace and has allowed me to embrace the journey, no matter where it takes me. 7. Respect over attention. In a world that often prioritizes attention and superficial validation, I've learned the value of respect. Attention is fleeting, it comes and goes, often based on how well you can entertain or impress others. But respect is earned, and it's lasting. It's built on a foundation of integrity, authenticity, and consistency. I've learned that it's better to be respected for who you are than to be admired for who you're not. Living in alignment with your values, standing by your principles, and treating others with kindness and fairness, these are the things that earn respect. And in the end, respect will carry you further than attention ever could. It's a lesson that has guided me in both my personal and professional life, and it's one that I hold dear. 8. Cherish your inner circle. Over the years, I've learned to be selective about who I let into my inner circle. Trust is something that should be earned, not given freely. Not everyone who comes into your life has your best interests at heart, and it's important to be mindful of who you allow to get close to you. I've learned that it's better to have a small circle of true, loyal friends than a large network of acquaintances who may not be there when you need them most. The people in my inner circle are the ones who have proven themselves time and again, who have shown up for me in both good times and bad. They are the ones who I trust with my heart and my secrets, and they are the ones who have helped me become the person I am today. Cherish these people, because they are rare and invaluable. Conclusion: embrace the journey. As I sit here, reflecting on the past 30 years, I realize that life is a journey of learning, growing, and evolving. The lessons I've learned along the way have shaped me, guided me, and helped me become the person I am today. These life laws, finding the right people, embracing self-reliance, growing through hardship, valuing privacy, letting go to move forward, trusting the timing of life, seeking respect over attention, and cherishing my inner circle, are the truths that I hold dear. They are the wisdom that I've gained through experience, and they are the principles that guide me as I continue on this journey. Life is not always easy, but it's always worth it. Embrace the journey, trust in yourself, and never stop learning. The best is yet to come.